Hello there, I'm Lelina. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm sharing a CAS video for the Not So Berry Challenge. So the first color of the challenge is the mint color, and the challenge has specific traits that you must incorporate into your character. So I'll just read here. Generation 1 is the color mint. You're a mischievous scientist that really loves the color mint. Your career you're career driven but still make time for silly pranks and outings with your closest friends. You love the luxury and want the best for yourself and your family. So this Sims traits must be vegetarian, they're jealous, and they're very materialistic. Their aspiration is to be a chief of mischief, and you must enter into the science career. For the rules for this sim in particular are master scientist career, mischief and logic skills, and complete the elements collection, which I believe you begin once you start your sciences career. I've actually already started playing with her. Her name is Mindy Decker. I kind of sort of forgot that that was her name. Um, so for this sim, I'm very specific when given instructions, and I like to follow them to the T. If possible. Sometimes you have to compromise, and that kind of drives me nuts because I just want to be able to do, specifically what needs to be done, and that can get in the way a lot of the time. So in life, you must learn to compromise. So for this character, I specifically put on that dress immediately because I remember I used that dress for Mrs. Whitebottom, and I remember struggling to remember what color or whether or not this color was in fact mint. So when I had first started to create my character to share with you guys online, um, I didn't realize that we don't actually have a mint color hair. So I went in search of mint color hair, and I couldn't find it. And actually, I came across this a link. It was in a forum, and it was someone who had recolored all the base game hairs, and I think it was Get to Work and a few other game pack hairs with more than just the colors were given. Which is, if you see that I've uploaded her, that's like the only thing that she has custom content aside from her skin. So if you chose to download her for whatever reason, really you'd only have to replace her hair, and the skin would be fine because, you know, it's not really custom content. It was just something for some lighting issues for a previous mod that I had in the game. So since I was unsatisfied with or dissatisfied with the colors they had for the hair, they didn't actually have a mint color that I felt was minty enough. So I decided instead of her, she's a materialistic kind of person. So instead of doing her hair mint, she's very sophisticated, and I figured let's just keep her hair normal, and she'll just sport a lot of this color in her aesthetic of outfits and in the way she has designed her house or dressed up her house. So even in the home I've created for her, which I will also be sharing, she doesn't have like too much mint color furniture just because we don't have a lot of those options in the game. Her house does have a lot of custom content though, and I've been allowing myself to use that a bit more. I don't really like to put the custom content because I really like to share my creations, and if anyone wanted to use them, I would like for them to be able to. But for this particular situation, there's only like a few tables and paintings, and the bed especially is custom content. So anyway, back to this part. Just going through, seeing what we have that's closely or close enough to the color mint. There's this like aqua color. Excuse me, ugh, got something in my face. There's this aqua color that we have originally in the game that's right up there in this normal color palette you can see, but it's more blue. It's not really mint. Mint is, while it's close enough, it's really still green. It's just very light and very soft. So that's the blue that we have. That's the aqua color that I'm talking about in her glasses. But I chose them because I had to settle, and I just thought maybe she could wear a hat that would be close enough. And actually, this other hat, this one here, has the color, the mint color. And for a while, I was just like, "Is this mint?" Like, I know what the color looks like, but when given options in front of you and told to select a specific color, you kind of start to doubt, or I do anyway, because I'm just finicky that way. Just doubting, like, oh, is that the color? Is that the color? But then you see the actual color, and you're like, okay, that's not the color. And I don't know why. I often find myself in that kind of a situation. Sometimes the answer is just no, it's not there. So I used as much mint color outfits that I could find, and then I settled for the teal color or the aqua color in other occasions. I felt, they're close enough to the color she likes, not, 100% if at all. I mean, I don't think so anyway, but I figured, oh, maybe she saw something, she's allowed to think other colors are nice as well. It doesn't always have to be that color, despite it being her favorite color. So that's what I did. In this in this part of the video, while I was choosing her party wear, I really went through all of the shirts. Anything that showed me had any kind of greenish color to it, I went through and saw if, or checked if they had a mint color or mint version of that shirt or whatever. And actually, putting this outfit together caused me to go backwards in her outfits as far as her everyday. So she'll get two more outfits in her everyday to go through it a little bit more extensively. That way, I could have her try on other things and what you call it? Sorry, I got distracted. Have her try on other things and just experiment with just things other than that dress, because I picked up that dress immediately because I needed to have the color in front of me. I could have just used Google, but I was on the game and my phone was dead, so I couldn't actually do that without interrupting what I was trying to look for immediately. Um, so yeah, I looked through these pants here, and one of them with the floral actually has that mint color, which I was surprised because I don't ever remember seeing it before. And these shoes have something I think close enough to the top, so or I think I put the gold ones on. These are CC shoes as well, which I fell in love. They're Max's Match, so that was pretty exciting. I love to use Max's Match stuff just because then I don't have to download too many extra things, so that my game can look in unison with itself. That's one of the things that even though I did it in The Sims 3, because of the aesthetic of Sims 4, I didn't want to do that again. This is very, I don't want to say it's cartoonish, but it's got a very soft look, and most custom content has like a lots of high contrast, and that I didn't want to add that into my characters. So that's why I really enjoy Max's Match, or anything that matches the game enough. Which basically Max's Match is like one of the only ones I think that does that. Some of my furniture is not Max's Match, if at all. So sometimes it'll look a little weird. There's one dress I own also in the game that's not. So we're just picking out the closest thing. I thought I would go with something like that. Maybe she had a shirt over, like a white bathing suit. That way I could use this colored shirt. But then I thought, you know what? No, she's this glamorous woman. She, likes to walk with her nose up in the air. Again, I don't know why I keep creating people like that. So I went back and I just gave her this outfit, which I settled for again, and then I give her these glasses. And I went through them all over again just to make sure. I keep trying to use that like minty and those bright colored lipsticks, which those are intended for aliens, and I must create a series of aliens. I just must go back and do it. So here we are going backwards and just creating a bit more, giving her more outfits to switch into. That way she's not always wearing that dress, that green dress, which is so pretty, but I feel like that's maybe sufficient enough if you're going to work, but not so much if you want to hang around. And then I gave her this shirt, which I really like it, but I feel it's also really old lady. Something that an older, sophisticated woman would wear. Maybe not something that someone so young would wear. It definitely brings up her level of maturity, I think. But I really liked it, so I left it. And then we're moving on to the third one. And I gave her more of a casual appearance in this one, in this third outfit. And this will be the last outfit that we put together for her before the end. I hope I didn't ramble off too much. And I hope that anyone watching enjoyed the video. And for the next one, I will definitely be sharing the house. The screenshots are up next, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.